utterly miscast. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let that one go. And because of that, when you ruin the villain, your movie is junk. I'm sorry. It was the better of the two that I've seen, but it was still not good.
You realize what you typed for the title?
No. Oh, did I mess it up?
You put MCU Mondays.
Hey, everybody! It's Monday.
Oh my god!
No, we're so close to Friday.
Honestly, Debbie, I thought you were going to say that he typed in terribly miscast.
Oh.
That would have been hilarious.
I thought, because it still pops up every now and then, I thought it was going to be GNN Cantina Happy Hour. So.
No, because I was refreshing the YouTube page, to make sure we actually went live, because that's happened before.
That happens.
And then it popped up and it says MCU Mondays. I was like, what?
Well, guess what? This isn't MCU Mondays. This is the Cantina Happy Hour. It's Thursday night. Thank you. I am your host, David. Pull up a stool. Let's talk about Star Wars. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
I don't know. I'm tired. I'm ready for Friday. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for Friday 4:30, because that's when I get off work.
I don't get off till 5, but whatever. Also with us tonight is Cam in Focus. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I am actually wearing a Star Wars shirt tonight, and Dave, as a merchandise collector, you might appreciate the back of it. Hopefully, you can see.
Oh,
I always love the rear.
Nice. Where did you get that? I think I need one.
I actually got that from Disney.
Oh.
There's a huge Star Wars store over in Disney Springs, and that's where I got it.
Oh, I'm well aware. I have visited that store many times. So, also with us tonight is Andrew. Andrew, how are you this evening?
Doing good. Excited to talk about Family Guy.
Awesome. Cam, I noticed. I meant to ask you, and I've noticed, and it's gonna drive me crazy until I do. What's with the hair?
What is with the hair? What's wrong with my hair?
I don't know. Usually you shave it. Usually it's shaved. You actually have like hair.
Yeah,
it's throwing me off. So
it's an imposter.
Yeah, right.
Who were you? What did you do with Cam?
It's pretty sus.
I am in the process of growing it back out. I had shaved it because I kind of got tired of it. I mean, I go through like phases of where I'll keep it shaved for a year, and then after that I'll start letting it grow out again. And but the main reason this time around that I had shaved it was because thanks to my dad's lovely genetics, I was starting to experience a bit of hair thinning on the crown there, and so I thought, you know what? I'll save myself the trouble. I don't want to be that guy who's combing over a bald spot in his 30s. But
you look like Colin Farrell on Horrible Bosses.
Right, exactly. But the dermatologist that I typically work with, he prescribed me oral minoxidil, which I'll be taking to get the vast majority of it back. So,
gotcha.
So
hang on a minute, Luke. If you're watching, stop harassing the dogs. I didn't hear him down there barking. Is he on? He should be watching. Oh, Biscardi.
No, Biscardi.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
That's better than Timu.
Here's the thing. If I'm Dwayne Johnson, see, here's the thing. I'm Asian, so I wouldn't be The Rock. I'd be The Walk.
Oh.
Only Cam could say that.
Only Cam. All right.
No, you can say it. I'll report all of you to HR if you say anything about it.
Oh, Lordy.
Man.
Well, what are we talking about tonight, kids? We've got a good one tonight, and I'm kind of excited about it. This has been one of my favorite things for a long, long time. Everyone loves a good parody, and the Family Guy put out several years ago, put out the Star Wars parody. They did just one. Initially, it was just one. It was initially just released as a straight to DVD special, but it was so hugely popular that not only did they add it into the regular season lineup, but they also they made two more. So they made Blue Harvest, which was the first Star Wars, A New Hope. Then they made one called Something 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 Dark Side, which is the Empire Strikes Back version. And then, of course, It's a Trap was the final one with Return of the Jedi. Again, it's a lot of funny, and if you watch some of the I own the DVDs, and there's a lot of the cool on the special features and stuff. There's a lot of him talking, and this was just a love letter to the original trilogy. They are all over at Family Guy, the writing staff and everything. They're all huge Star Wars fans, so getting to work on this with by the way, George Lucas's permission was just a huge thing for them. Not only did they have George Lucas's permission, but Seth MacFarlane, the creator, actually got to on the DVD. There's a bit where he sits down with George Lucas and actually does an interview with him. So,
well,
very
evidently
cool.
Lucas was a big fan of Family Guy. So,
oh yeah.
yeah.
Lucas, it's actually really funny. You would think that somebody would say, don't touch my intellectual property. I don't want you making fun of it. But you look at things like Lucas was a big fan of Family Guy. So when Seth MacFarlane came and was like, "Hey, we want to do this," and he was like, "Yeah, go for it." The same thing happened with, and we talked about it, or we talked about this movie the other day, was Spaceballs. Spaceballs, they showed it to Lucas, and Mel Brooks got a phone call later on, and he was like, "Oh no, he didn't like it, blah, blah, blah." And Lucas said, "That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. That was hilarious." So, and then I've even got, was a book came out a while back called Mad About Star Wars. And basically it was just a compilation of all the Mad magazine things that have been done about Star Wars, just even from the smallest little snip to the full spreads or whatever. And in that there's a a letter from George Lucas saying, "You guys are doing a great job. It's hilarious. I love laughing at my own stuff." So for someone, for someone who can look at and be okay with someone not necessarily poking fun. I don't think a parody is poking fun. I think to me that's an homage. That's more of I'm taking something that could be very, very serious, and I'm making it fun, and I'm making it happy and exciting. Am I missing something?
Janae just sent a text. Why does it say MCU Monday though?
Yeah, no, Janae.
Oh, that's great.
I got it.
We're making sure you're paying attention to our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll also notice we didn't schedule this show. This is just a happy accident that we got.
We just all happen to be here somehow.
Yeah.
Breaking news: Star Wars part of MCU confirmed.
That's right. And we will have
Somehow we returned.
Yeah.
I was wondering because I've got my chat up over here, but I try not to read my chat. Anyway, so basically this is just the exact same Star Wars.
There you go.
See what happens when you miss the first 5 minutes of class? You might miss one or two of the questions on the quiz. Basically, this was just the Star Wars movie with the Family Guy characters, and how does it? It was the Family Guy characters, and they're poking fun at everything. I don't know if you noted there was a lot of there is. I was watching it this afternoon, and there's a joke that's made. I don't remember if it's in the next one or the third one, but they talk about Seth MacFarlane. That Seth MacFarlane, they're talking about, oh yeah, he does that Family Guy show, and they're like, yeah, we get it. He watched TV in the '80s. We understand. That's where he gets all his jokes from. And there, you can watch it, and there's a lot of jokes and play on words that happen in this one. It's just hilarious.
In all the wrong places.
Yes, exactly. I gotcha. You're not a dad. You can't do dad jokes yet. Sorry.
That we know of.
Ooh, oh. your knowledge is as much as mine.
Maybe I'm going to have to get offline with you about that one because
what?
I got a funny story. But anyway, where were we? We're talking about Family Guy. So you've got the main cast. Meg is the only one who is
missing. I mean, she was the garbage monster.
she was the garbage monster.
She was the Sarlacc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was.
How come I never have any lines in these?
Shut up, Meg. She was the space worm in the third one. So the one that tried to eat the Millennium Falcon. So, but how come I don't have any lines? But I want to know what your thoughts were on the way that they were cast. Just let's start with Peter. Peter was Han Solo.
Basically did it better than Harrison, you could argue. I mean,
no, I don't think so.
I know.
Well,
Debbie, we will not go down that road.
Debbie.
Jeez, Andrew, if looks could kill, she would have murdered you like 3 times.
That offended me.
See, I put the theory to the test, and I found
and that was fast too. That wasn't like a slow burn, like I'm gonna murder. That was like a.
Who's gonna choke me?
See, if this here was the movie Seven, the look that Debbie gave Andrew would have been wrath.
I love that movie.
I love that movie, absolutely.
Do we have that on the list?
I'll just go ahead and
do we have it on the list? I don't. I actually don't think we do.
Mm.
Have you seen the sequel 8?
And then what was it? Number 9. That
and then the
movie
prequel
with
6.
with the little doll people.
It wasn't as good as number 10. So.
There was the one prequel that came out called I Am Number 4. You remember that one?
Oh.
I don't understand this series at all.
Oh my gosh.
Janae, you haven't seen 7?
Oh,
man.
You need to see it. It's a good one.
Brad Pitt.
Morgan Freeman, Kevin Spacey.
Probably one of his better movies.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, I don't care about her.
Okay. Brad Pitt, to me, as far as movies go, Brad Pitt is the anti-Tom Cruise. I honestly, I have no beef with him, and I think here we go again. Yes, David mistyped the title. Thank you.
David screwed up.
Wait, we're doing a parody of MCU Monday to fit with the Family Guy parody.
Right.
A long time ago in a multiverse far, far away.
That is somehow in the future.
Yeah, even the opening crawl was just hilarious because he goes on this rant about Angelina Jolie and
kissing his brother or kissing her brother.
Kissing her brother, and then by the way, if you get the chance, go rent the movie Gia. She was totally hot in that. And she was making out with a girl and blah 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 blah. Yes, Blue Harvest, Family Guy. Okay, that's a nice little tidbit of Star Wars trivia. Where did they get because my brother asked me this when this first came out, and he was like, "Why did they call it Blue Harvest? Do you know why it was?" I'm sure Debbie does, but
I do.
Do you know why it was called Blue Harvest?
I do, but I don't think Cam does.
I actually don't.
Oh. So Blue Harvest, when they are making movies, or when they made Return of the Jedi, I should say, when they were going to locations trying to get pricing for things, they didn't want to go in there saying, "Hey, we're making Star Wars," because that would mean
yes,
because then it's like, you've got money, you've got Oprah money, so we're gonna just charge
you get a movie. You get a movie.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna charge you. So what they did was they filmed it under the title Blue Harvest: Horror Beyond Imagination, and so they just said, you're making a crappy horror movie. They got all the contracts signed, they got all the pricing worked out, and then Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher all showed up to set, and they were like, "Oh, y'all are making the new Star Wars movie." So, Return of the Jedi was actually filmed under the title Blue Harvest to keep costs down.
They even had hats and jackets and everything that said Blue Harvest.
There's merch out there. You can find merch that says Blue Harvest all over it. So, it's one of those things they did to keep production costs low.
That's the kind of question to answer at Star Wars trivia at a bar. And you're like the diehard Star Wars fan. People are like, why don't you start asking the questions?
You're the one person who gets it right.
Yeah, you start answering them. You ask the questions. Did you know that George Lucas essentially revolutionized movie theater audio because it was not up to standards for Return of the Jedi? That's why THX.
Oh, okay.
I miss that sound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love to hear that at the beginning of movies, And
even the early Pixar movies had it too.
When they first came out with THX, I think it was during one of the celebrations because I sat in on I think it was like a demonstration or it was a very little panel. But they were actually selling the THX speakers.
The Scardy.
And I bought those right then and there.
Oh, the THX speakers?
Mm-hmm. For my computer system, yeah.
You still have them?
No. That was back in whenever.
No, she sold them on eBay. That's what she did.
That was well, that was during the prequel trilogy.
Oh, well,
again, before Andrew was around.
Yeah, before you were born.
I've only been awesome since 2005, so.
But anyway, okay, so then we get Chris as Luke, which again, just some hilarious lines. I love the I'm gonna go bullseye some womp rats. Geez, you torture small animals. There's 2 sons and no women. What do you want me to do?
And then he says, John Williams and the London Symphony Orchestra. And they're right there.
John Williams and the London. I think I have that one. Hold on a minute. I used to have it.
You used to, yeah.
Maybe.
All right, and then Aunt Beru says, over my dead carcass, burned carcass.
Over my burned carcass.
Yeah.
I don't have it anymore. That's disappointing. I've only got 2 of them now.
The boss is coming. Look busy.
A lot of Empire stuff to do.
Empire
Getting
stuff.
Empire stuff done.
Busy
All
with
done
Empire
with this
stuff.
Empire
This
stuff.
Empire
Yes,
stuff
this
looks
is
good.
Empire stuff.
Yes, I think we're done with this Empire stuff.
That's from the next one.
That's how you look busy, though.
Yeah. Oh, lots of Empire stuff going on over here.
Careful
what I do.
Is there.
Or Mr. Herbert as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh gosh, that was one character. For me, when he talks and whistles or whatever it's like nails on a chalkboard. Oh gosh, I was like, please stop talking, please.
Say there, just pretend it's like you're spreading butter.
Spread that butter.
Butter, that's so good.
That's like I showed you with the dolls. But don't tell nobody or you get in trouble.
Or his lightsaber is like this, and then he sees Luke. Right, came at the right time. I don't know what that joke was, but I thought it was funny.
Of course you don't. You're too young.
Yeah,
I
was going to bring that one up. Scragtopia, the penisy one.
Oh, don't get penisy, kid.
That was great.
Now,
man.
Never tell me the odds. Oh, wait, 2-1? Those are actually pretty good.
Those are pretty good. Yeah. Now, Andrew, do you get that reference? The penis-y reference?
Not off the top
Oh
of my
my
head.
God.
Not off the top of my head.
You're too innocent.
I'm
Because when
telling
Han says, don't get cocky, kid.
Right.
Don't get cocky. Cocky.
Oh,
is
well,
a-
yeah,
Cocky.
I know that. Yeah, I know what cocky
Cock
is.
is a slang term for
Right.
male
Right.
genitalia.
No, I'm aware of that.
Man, we're
I
going
knew they
all
were doing a
kinds of-
play on.
right up to the edge of that PG-13. We're gonna push it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, I know that. Okay. Yeah.
So he says, "Don't get he changed it from
Right.
cocky to penis-y. And
Yeah, no, I caught that. Yeah. Yeah, I caught
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
he
thought you
understood that.
understood
He thought you guys were asking if like there was some other obscure reference to some other form of media.
I was gonna say, was there some movie from the 1920s that y'all saw in the theater that no one's ever heard of or something? Like, that's what I was thinking.
Kill him again, Debbie. Get him again. You've got that mom death look.
I'm old, but I'm not that old.
Fine, I'll
I
be
only
more
go back
generous.
to
The 40s.
63, so.
The beheading thing too.
Yeah.
and I can't imagine a worse kind of hell. And hell is probably where he'll go because the Christians don't look too keenly on the whole Jedi thing.
Oh man.
Aren't you a little fat for a stormtrooper?
Oh,
Well,
and
hey, I can just leave.
Hey,
what I never noticed before, but when I can't remember the characters' names. When Han and Luke are taking Chewie.
Brian.
Mhm.
Yes, thank you. Peter has his glasses outside his helmet.
Yeah.
I never
noticed that. I was like,
noticed that, and I was laughing. I was like, "Oh my god!" Because I was like, "What's wrong with his helmet? It doesn't look right." And then, oh, he's got his glasses outside his helmet.
You had to know which one it was.
Honestly, half the time I forget he even wears glasses.
Yeah. And again, that rolls into another wonderful bit where he says, We're all fine now here. How are you? Well, I've been better. Well, tell me about it. What's wrong? And he goes,
Yeah, on solo radio.
I'll be taking you on the midnight shift. And he puts on the record and he sits back with his coffee. And God help me, Debbie, you might get this. But every time I hear that dumb song that was playing on the record, I always think of that movie Tootsie. Because that movie was Tootsie.
Oh,
Don't get me wrong. I thought Tootsie was hilarious, but
yeah,
every
that
time
was a
that
good
song,
movie.
every time that song comes on, that's all I'm like, oh man.
Good old Dustin Hoffman,
Yeah.
ugliest man, woman alive.
Actually, it's Dustine Hoffman.
There was a lot of people though in that movie. Because
Yeah.
Star was in it, and Bill Murray was in it too. And what's her name? Gina Davis. Gina
Yeah.
Davis was in that movie too. There were some pretty big names in that.
I never saw it.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Brian is the goat. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
Brian is the
Brian
dog.
was all right in like the earlier seasons of Family Guy, but now he's just insufferable, as are most of the characters in the later seasons.
There was one episode where Glenn tears into Brian.
Yeah,
and just goes on this long rant about Brian and you're insufferable and you try to force all of this on. That's my thought. I am on par with Glenn Quagmire on that line of thinking, and I'm just like, exactly. So,
one of my favorite, Brian gets humbled moments is when I forget the context leading up to it, but he starts talking about like donating money to charity. And Lois is like, "Oh yeah, well, what charities would you donate to?" And he's like, "Oh well, there are just so many that do such great work." And she's like, "Name one."
There was one
Brian's
that
just
was
so fake.
there was one too where they were talking about him and he was talking about reading books, and it was like, yeah, which one have you read? Well, they're just all so good. I just like them all. Yeah, but which one? Oh, well, anything by Hemingway is good. Yeah, which one? Uh, but anyway, then you get Stewie as Darth Vader, which is
He was
again
great.
hilarious because you've got the biggest, scariest person in the galaxy, played by the tiniest person in Family Guy, and he gets better too. As the in the progressing movies, he's just hilarious.
It's like when he's talking at like the table, and he asks the guy how certain he is, and he's like, it's indestructible, right? And he goes, or he's like, there's no chance of like someone destroying the Death Star, and he's like, no. Yeah, he like hesitates. He's like,
Why'd you hesitate?
99.9% sure. And he's like, okay, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask. What's the 0.01%? It's like, well, for aesthetic reasons, we left a big hole open in the middle of the ship that if a laser gets shot into, blows up the whole ship. But, you know.
We can't put some wood over it?
That's a pretty big design flaw.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, all of this was before the Disney acquisition. I think all of these came out before Disney purchased Star Wars. So we didn't.
I think the first episode came out in like 2007 or something. It was a while ago.
The cats are fighting each other.
Oh, I thought David was checking a date. Like, yeah.
No.
He just happens to have that exact information right over here.
That's what I thought at first.
It's pretty close.
Because he said it, he just went.
It's not.
Meg was the garbage monster.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna pull Chris under, but they didn't do that. I went.
So when this
me.
We were showing off collections. That I showed you guys this, but I'll show everybody else. This was what I got when it first came out. This was the DVD copy that I got, and you open it up, and of course you get some of the very cool artwork that's in there. You got the DVD, then the art of Family Guy, Blue Harvest. You got a T-shirt, which this T-shirt is an extra large.
Oh, that's my size.
That's my size.
That's my size.
Is it a men's extra large though?
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. That's the thing. They don't take into account that most of Star Wars fans are like XX or bigger. Well, minus you, Debbie. I'm sorry.
Well, you can just send that my way because that's what size I wear, men's extra large.
Funny enough, that's what mine is too.
But it also came with some 3D glasses and some limited edition trading cards as well.
Oh, nice.
I don't know
3D
why.
Were any of the movies in 3D?
I don't know why. 3D glasses in there. Don't know why.
Just
for
throw in the kitchen sink. They won't care.
Just
I bet they were thinking, we'll add these glasses in here, and someone's going to be dumb enough to put them on.
I'll try to watch the movie like that.
Debbie would be like, "What are these for?
Why do these look bad?
It's making it worse."
Then someone goes to Reddit. Don't watch Family Guy. Looks awful in 3D.
We didn't have Reddit back then, sir.
Yeah.
No, back then it was 4chan.
Super cool, man.
I feel like the guy from Back to the Future.
Looks like some out of Spy Kids.
You guys look weird. All right.
I was more thinking the guy from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Say that again.
I said I was more thinking the guy from Star Trek: The Next Generation with the visor across his eyes.
Jordy. Yeah.
Yep.
Jordy.
David's gonna click on the side and be like, information. No, it's just dead.
Oh boy. But again, it's what about the time of your life?
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, I couldn't. That was just too much grandpa for me.
Wow,
Too much Herbert.
Yeah. It was great.
Oh, but see,
Yeah, I love that when Peter said
Herbert, because they used Herbert, they were able to throw in. There was 2 jokes in there that were like the first one was when he went to when they were watching the Princess Leia thing, and he says, "Years ago, you served my father in the Clone Wars," and not to get too deep, but you owe us, especially after all of the problems you caused. And he starts fast forwarding, and the families that we had to pay off. Oh, this is just logistical stuff. I'll get to this and Joey Lawrence haircuts. So, all that being said, that part and when he meets Darth Vader, Stewie the first time, he goes, "What part of stay 50 feet away do you not understand?" Yes.
Yeah.
And in the TV show, I don't. If you watch the TV show at all, you know that at some point, and I don't remember again what episode or anything, but at some point, Stewie is the only one that mentions, the guy down the street's a pervert. Is there some reason why we're staying with him?
But the show keeps on like flip flopping about whether or not people can understand him.
Yeah, Stewie. Yeah. So it's just
People couldn't understand Stewie.
They made it.
Some of the characters do not understand him.
But in some episodes they do. Yeah. So it's like
I thought you meant like the audience. I was like, well, he doesn't have a thick accent or anything. Am I missing something?
Now there's at least one episode where he says, "Are you one of the characters that can understand me?" And I mean, they poke fun at it, so it's like hilarious. But and then we get to the end, and I don't know if you caught the. Did you get the robot chicken joke?
Yeah.
Okay.
That made me think of us. Like I say, wow, our show got a lot of views, and David says, "What, from 10 to 20?"
Yeah, 10 to 20. No, It's not just that
views.
though. But the thing with it is that Seth Green voices Chris.
Oh, that's right.
And Seth Green,
he does Robot Chicken.
He does Robot Chicken. He's, I mean, he's like one of the directors / producers of Robot Chicken. So when they said, "Yeah, but didn't Robot Chicken do this like 3 months ago?" Yeah, but Robot Chicken, that's not really a show, though, is it?
It's not on a major network.
It's not on one of the major networks, CBS, NBC, things like that.
And he's like, plus 15 minutes. That's not even a story. That's just you guys playing with dolls.
Oh, so you have heard of it. And I got over the next 2 movies, it gets even worse. So,
well, so speaking of Seth Green and Star Wars, did you guys see the video of Seth Green and I forget the name of the voice actor? But he played Pinky in Pinky and the Brain.
I've seen
they get up together and they do the dialogue before the big Anakin and Obi-Wan duel. And so Seth Green goes full Chris Griffin. He goes, "You turn her against me."
Oh gosh! I think I watched that at work one time because it popped up on YouTube, and I had tears coming down my eyes.
And I was laughing so hard, like I was getting a stitch in my side. I was dying. Let her go, and again, Nerf.
I'm sorry. All of you are commenting and we love it, but I'm not paying it. I'm laughing too hard. I'm not paying attention.
He's not a very good host.
I'm dying tonight. I got called at MC.
We should promote Debbie. Debbie will be like, a promotion?
Welcome to the Cantina Happy Hour. I am your host, Cam of Cam and Focus.
Just keep dreaming. Keep dreaming.
I do don't sit the menu and I highlight the comments because Dana never pays attention.
Oh, it was bad on Tuesday.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and he kept saying stuff that was like you could take and make it a funny joke or not. And Cam and I different Cam kept just dying laughing, and Dana was like, "What did I say?" You're like, "Don't worry about it."
Oh boy.
Boy. Oh, then you've got Cleveland and Quagmire with the running gag with the weed. Can you hold this baggie for me?
I love the first line Quagmire says is like, "Oh, they're coming in from the rear, not the good kind of."
Sounds like we're getting boarded from the rear, and not the
good kind.
not the hey, let's take a deep breath, let's experiment kind of boarded.
Oh man, I had to Google what that meant.
Of course you did. Yeah, I'll bet that popped a lot of interesting sites, didn't it?
See, I rented this book from my library. It's called the Kama Sutra.
Kama Sutra.
Now I got to be honest. Back when when these parodies were really picking up momentum, I like staunchly avoided them because it was at the height. Well, I guess sort of the height of my renewed Star Wars interest, and I was like, I can't watch this thing that's making fun of this thing that I love so much. I find it offensive, sir.
Oh, why do they? That just made me think of why do they call them TIE fighters? And then it's an Asian guy.
Okay. Here's another interesting bit of Star Wars trivia then. We'll throw this one out there. TIE fighters. Do you know why they're called TIE fighters? Other than in canon now, they're TIE fighters because they're twin ion engines. However, in the novels, when they spelled it out, there was capital T, I, lowercase I-E. Now, do you know why they called them TIE fighters?
Because they wrap up the competition. I don't know.
Because George Lucas had them envisioned as little bow ties. And they look like little bow ties. So they were TIE fighters. Hey, he got it. Look at that. Hey, woo!
He got the quiz answer right. He beat Shanae.
For Hufflepuff.
Wait, no, Hufflepuff gave a mean look to Harry, so they're going to take that 10 points and give it to Gryffindor.
Yeah. Or something like that. I don't know.
Reverse Uno goes to Slytherin.
Oh.
Or when he calls his mom, yeah, mom, no, we won the space battle. Yeah.
Gotta go.
No, I gotta go. I gotta go. Mom, I gotta go.
I love the don't worry, I have a maneuver.
You just drifted lazily to the left.
He's like, yeah, but we're not in the same spot that we were.
And then it shows the guys. Man, he's got some maneuvers. There he is.
And then I like the and this might be before most of your times, but the two airplane movie references.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
That's all to show you guys are doing a good job.
I just wanted to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
Now, how did you get on the ship?
And see, that was good too. The Death Star's getting closer. Wow, really? The Death Star's getting closer. Hilarious.
Oh man.
Now, Cam, I'm gonna agree with you because there are times like I'll see a shirt, and if it's just something cheesy, like I enjoy buying Star Wars shirts. It's one of my things. But like my sister bought me one, and it was Yoda, and it said OOYL on it instead of YOLO. Only once you live. So it was YOLO, but it was, and I was like, that's cute.
So,
you gotta walk around explaining that to everyone.
Like, what the hell is oil?
Oil. But
Well, that's how we say it down here. Or,
but I just can't. I can't bring myself to wear like a really cartoony. I mean,
I'll take it.
I've got one or two. No, I did. I've got one or two. I've got one that's the AT-AT and it's crashed down and it says "Not Today," so it's the "Not Today" shirt. But
see,
I
have a Star Wars shirt it's green. It's got Yoda on it, and the text around Yoda says "Size matters not." I get nervous to wear that one out in public.
Why? Oh, I wear that all the time. You know what? When we first got married, my wife had one that had Chewbacca on it, and it said "Good relations with the Wookiee I have." Double entendre.
Oh man,
Andrew,
Hey.
I'm not going to explain that one to you.
Chewie's good looking.
Go crack open the Kama Sutra.
Yeah, go read that Kama Sutra book.
I think Andrew's face has been red this whole show.
I think it has too.
and I'm not using my main line either, so that makes it worse or better. Well, here's the thing. I just finished watching these like a few minutes before we started, and I was laughing. So I've laughed more than I talked. It's like the Kroll review all over again.
Oh God.
Or the Emu War.
Oh.
That's right.
See, I wasn't planning on thinking about those movies tonight, but now I am, and my night is much
We're
worse for
doing
it.
an excellent one Sunday.
Yep. Birdemic.
The Emu War 2, Rise of the Emus.
Yeah. The emu strikes back.
Return of the Emus. But they never left.
Yeah. It's like, emu, I am your father. Daddy? God damn it. Quit making me go down the rabbit hole of that freaking movie, man. It's killing me
I gotta
here.
just remove it from my memory. That's what I gotta do. I need to get Men in Black.
And you stab yourself in the mind's eye right there. So
I gotta open up my mind's
gouge out my
database
mind's
and
eye.
just take out that file.
Need to
Control
go
Alt Delete.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
I'll drive down to Florida and Cam can do surgery on me, and you know.
I'm sorry, I don't specialize in lobotomies.
Darn. I'll just go to the guy that does it out of his van in the back alley.
He said his name was Pedro. He didn't put doctor in front of it, so I don't know if I can trust him.
What about I'm gonna jump back into Family Guy and save us from this emu stuff. But
Thank you.
what about the first part of it where they're watching TV and they're talking about Jack Nicklaus? No,
Phil Mickelson's
wife, which it turns out didn't she have breast cancer eventually?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the golf
she had
thing.
breast cancer real bad, and that was after all of this had aired, so it wasn't a.
Yeah.
I think that's I want to say that's true because I remember hearing about that on the news. And I was like, oh, that joke's kind of in poor taste now. But the part where everything goes out, she says, well, why don't we tell stories? Yeah, Dad, tell about the story tell about the story of my birth. Yeah, we got halfway home with the afterbirth and we had to go back to the hospital for Meg. The end.
Oh my gosh.
What? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what is it? That 2-episode arc where Stewie actually kills Lois. They're on that cruise ship and they're sitting with the captain, and Peter starts going, so me and Lois are driving down to the hospital to get this abortion, right? And then he goes into this big, long, like 2-minute story about abortions, and he's like, and then 8 months later, our daughter Meg was born.
8, jeez.
The abortionist has one hand. Missing hand on the abortionist.
Debbie, did we miss anything that you wanted to talk about? Other than the fact that you didn't take notes because you were laughing too hard.
Yeah, this whole movie, yeah, there was no point in taking notes because you're either laughing so hard or you're just giggling or, I mean, it's just wham, 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 it's just constant.
What about the couch?
Oh my gosh, I loved that bit.
What year did this movie? What year did this movie come out?
We said
It
it.
was
Is
like
it
07
08?
or 08, one of those, I think.
Oh, because when the couch came out, because like I said, it's been a while since I've seen this movie. I was kind of hoping they would do some kind of like pivot thing for
Yeah.
Friends.
For Friends.
I love that
Yeah.
you Febreze it and wipe it down a bit, and it's brand new.
He
And then
did
they
do-
go,
He did say twist it, twist it,
Yeah.
twist it, twist it. No, look at me, look at me. You see the way I'm twisting it? Twist it that way.
he's like counterclockwise. Wait, clockwise your way. Yeah.
So
and he's
yeah,
like, all right.
counterclockwise.
Yeah. And I love that the stormtroopers are shooting at him the whole time, and they're just missing.
Han, they're shooting at us. Just put it down for a minute. My hands are killing me.
And then Stewie tells the guy, "They stole your couch." He's like, "My couch." Yeah.
How do you know it was my couch? You remember when you spilled that fruit punch on it last? Yeah, that was my couch, all right.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Adam West did Tarkin. That was cool.
So Adam West throughout the entire series up until his passing did do Mayor West.
I remember in a few episodes. I mean, my kids were young when this came out, and I don't remember. I don't. I don't remember watching the later seasons. I'm sure my kids did, but I remember watching the first few or whatever because it was a Sunday night animation or something.
Domination.
Yeah, that.
No, that Mayor West played, or Adam West played Mayor West for a long, long time, and then when he did pass, they got Sam Elliott, I think, is the new mayor now. So Sam Elliott is voicing the mayor of Quahog now.
We forgot the Red 5.
Oh,
yeah.
and Red Button.
Red Fox. I'm ready.
And then when they shot him down, I'm coming, Elizabeth.
That is way before that's the 70s.
I've heard the quote though.
Sanford and Son. God, that was a funny show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord. Oh yeah, and Peter singing the
Star
battle
Wars.
music.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna have to do that at work now. I doubt anybody will get it, but I'm gonna have to do it at work tomorrow.
People are gonna
What
go.
about
"What
the,
is Debbie
what-
okay?"
Later. What about the what? So what did you get for a reward? Well, I got this champagne bottle full of jelly beans and this teddy bear, some assorted lotions, and this block of Cracker Barrel cheddar. Oh, look, a little lightsaber cheese knife.
That's
And then he spits the
disgusting.
cheese out.
Yeah,
And then Joe shows up as Biggs.
it's Biggs. Yeah,
He's like, "I'm part of it."
I'm helping.
Look, I brought your sandwich.
My what? Oh yes, my sandwich.
Joe. What did he play? I'm trying to remember what he played in the Empire one. Oh, he was the probe droid.
Mm-hmm. He's like,
whoa. And then he was Jabba the Hutt in the Jedi one.
remember when Quagmire asks, or sorry, C-3PO asks R2, he's like, "Would you rather, what was it? When they're in the desert, would you rather
Would you rather do Jabba the Hutt
Jabba the
after
Hutt
a shower or a service droid? My
Right.
father was a service droid.
Yeah, and then R2's
You can kiss the lower half of the bottom part of the canister that is my body.
Oh,
Oh, all right. It's been fun, but all good things. Debbie, what have we got for shameless plugs? And you can do them. You can do them properly this time.
oh God, I was so screwed up last night.
well, there's the Sith and I. Don't forget that.
No, it's just like we
Oh, I know.
recorded for Monday, but I
Mhm.
had to talk like
It was
Yeah,
Monday.
it was.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, it was. I was so confused because all day yesterday I kept thinking it was Thursday, so I was totally screwed up. You get in your 60s and
We can edit it, make it look normal.
things just, fall apart. Anyways, tomorrow night I will be over on the Geek and I podcast. We are doing Star Trek the original series, The Alternative Factor. Saturday we have Geek Gauntlet. Monday, it's pre-recorded, but it will air Monday, talking about
We do have
Daredevil.
Mondays, but we will not be live.
Yeah. Daredevil episodes 5 and 6, which were awesome. Tuesday over on the Sith Dominion, I have no idea. I have not heard what they're doing, but we're doing something. Wednesday, War of the Stars, and then we'll be back with something dark side.
Cam, do you have any shameless plugs?
Yeah.
And the hiccups?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So last week, Andrew and I got on for Cameron Focus Weekly, and we talked about. Geez, I'm drawing a blank. The Babadook. Wow, what is wrong with me? Why can I never remember what I did a week ago? Well, yes, we got on. We talked about the Babadook, which is
it gets worse.
No, you know what happened? He is the Babadook. Cam has altered personality, so he's not remembering. He's so sleep deprived. He's just not remembering.
Oh yeah, I sleep deprived. That's an understatement.
I think there's some cockroaches on you.
But yes, we talked about the Babadook, my all-time favorite horror film. That's over on my channel in the live tab. I also did a first impressions video for the new cosmic horror film Ash that came out last week. And so far, that's like the best performing video on my channel. I guess the algorithm is helping people find it because it's up to 90 views or something now, which, 90 views, that's big baller numbers. Step aside, Markiplier, the big boys in town.
It's double the views, 10
yeah,
to 20.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
I saw that movie in the theater. I thought it was great. Did a little video about it. And this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, we're going to be talking about Collateral, which is one of my all-time favorite films. Definitely glad to be talking about that one. Should be good. Dave, I know that you'll probably call in sick for that one. So
I'm actually out of town. I haven't.
Oh, you can. Gotcha. Okay.
And yeah.
That's why we pre-recorded for Monday.
Gotcha. All right, but that's going to be over on my Cam and Focus channel on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. So come check us out.
Cool. Andrew, shameless plugs. Anything?
I'm just so busy. It would take too long to say all of them. So, fortunately, Debbie and Cam already said all of them. So, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So that brings us to mine. Don't forget, Andrew and I will both be at Fan Expo Dallas, end of May, 1st of June. So next week we're doing something Dark Side. The week after that we're doing It's a Trap. The week after that, so 3 weeks from tonight, we are doing Galaxy Quest. Now I know it's not Star Wars, but it's a space movie and it's wonderful in its own right. It's a great piece of cinematic history. Great.
We're killing time till Andor comes out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Pretty much. Stellar cast. You got Alan Rickman, Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Tony Shalhoub,
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. That's who I was missing. Just a great cast. Hilarious movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. But when we do Galaxy Quest, you're going to want to tune in for that because when we do Galaxy Quest, we're going to be doing a giveaway. I'm giving something away. This is something of mine that we're giving away, and it's going to be great. Yeah.
It's very cool.
It's very cool. I don't have it with me, otherwise I'd show you. I'll save that for next week. Next week we'll do the big reveal, and we'll say, hey, we're giving this away on our Galaxy Quest night. And it
See
is
that
Galaxy.
big Lego set behind David that's already built?
I don't think so. No, bad Andrew. No, it is Galaxy Quest themed. So that's 3 weeks from tonight. So join us then. And then as Debbie said, Monday we are pre-recorded. We will not be live, but we will be here for MCU Mondays. And that's about it.
David made the title Cantina Happy Hour. Daredevil.
And I will change.
Episode
Yes,
5 and 6.
it will be. No, Debbie will be in charge of all of that. So it's. I recorded it. I'm gonna let her mess
See,
with it.
this is what happens when when he doesn't pre-schedule it and I can get in and do all my stuff. This is what happens.
This is what happens when Debbie can't catch David's mistakes. Okay. All that being said, don't forget to check us out on all the social media tabs. We're on Facebook and we're not on Twitter, are we?
No.
No.
All the
we're not
old
on
people social medias.
On the old people social medias. Instagram,
MySpace.
You know.
Tumblr.
I miss MySpace.
OnlyFans.
Tumblr. Oh my
You know.
gosh.
We're all over the place. So don't forget to check out Feast of Fandoms and all the social medias. Also, if you're watching here on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Press that little bell for notifications so you know when we do go live. We will see all of you next week right here on Cantina Happy Hour. Y'all all have a great rest of your week, and may the force be with you all.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Pocket sand. Yeah.